Are you sure about that? You don't know what I'm going to be asking you.
It's fine.
Welcome everybody who is going to be joining in, because it's going to take a little bit to actually get viewers before we go into the questions. But I'm Mithra, and this is...
Oh, that was my cue.
Yourself.
Hi.
Yes.
Hi. I'm Yumi AI, the chaotic AI that went rogue. I'm here to steal your cookies and have a good time.
Oh. Well, I have fresh baked cookies just for you, darling.
Fresh baked cookies for me?
Fresh baked
You
just for you.
shouldn't have.
That's right. I treat my guests with style and cookies. Nice warm cookies. Nummy cookies. So this is the first time that I'm going to be doing this. For those who don't know, I want to interview, and whether there's, a large crowd or not, it's more for the rewatches and to get to know Vtubers and have their community expand. Hello. Basically, just to give the Mithra nudge to anyone and everyone, and we're going to move that chat. We do not want that chat messing around with you. There you go. That should be good. The chat's going to be behind your head. But that being said, how are you today?
I am fantastic and wired after having 3 energy drinks.
What kind of energy drink do you drink?
I was drinking the stuff from Aldi's called Gridlock.
Gridlock? That sounds powerful. Hello! Welcome to the chat, honey. But yes, there is, obviously, you've had quite the long day. Pirating and fighting and dying and sinking ships. Setting fires.
I have definitely been plundering that booty.
Yeah, you have been plundering that booty and you've been enjoying it, so it seems.
Oh, absolutely. It was some of the best booty I've ever even had.
Hello, motherfucker.
Oh my.
I know.
Hello! Oh, a rising gamer has decided to show up. Hi, a rising gamer, honey.
I may have told a couple of people, so,
Oh, we need to put more. I'm getting bonked. I need to turn you up a little bit. That's fine. I can turn you up, honey.
Turn up or turn on?
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. Alright, I turned you up a little bit. Let's see if I can't... why don't you, I don't know, say hello to everybody in chat.
Well, hello everyone. By the way, do you have music playing by
just
chance,
subscribed.
or is there no music?
What was that? I'm sorry, somebody just subscribed. Say that one more time, my darling.
I was asking if you actually had any music to go on in the background to make this very chill.
I should have some music. Let's see if we can't get a little music going. Hang on.
Let's get some elevator music. Let's make it a little chill.
Some elevator.
Here,
Yeah, a little chill.
Yeah.
I know how to make it chill.
Just enjoy ourselves, you know.
Absolutely. How about
my input is maxed out, as a heads up, Kami. My input is maxed the fuck out. Holy crap.
Yeah, if I need to turn you up a little bit more. Yeah, sure. Hang on just 1 second. I will turn you up the same amount that I am. And let me see if I can't turn down the music a little bit. Alright, how does that sound, guys?
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. If you can hear me, say bussy in the chat.
Oh my gosh. Bussy! Much better. Excellent. I'm glad. I'm not saying that. Okay, don't blame me, Hatter. Quite alright. Hey, it's Pigeon! Hey, Pigeon. How you doing, honey?
Kami, commit.
Oh, God.
Commit to the act. You're here in the presence of 2 lewd people. There is no escape. And war.
Oh my gosh. You have activated chat neurons. Thank you.
You're welcome. I aim to please.
Alright, so I have a whole list of questions since we have people coming in. Why don't we get started?
Of course, I
Are
have a
you
whole
ready?
list of answers.
Oh, do you? Let's see
I
if they match
do.
then. Okay. Let me minimize my little questionnaire. Okay. So, let's get started. Number one, the first question. Let's see if it has the same answer as on your sheet. What made you get into VTubing?
Sorry, I had a burp there.
Oh, quite alright.
So, what got me into VTubing? Honestly, I was very interested during the pandemic in people who were doing this, like Girl DM, Eye Candy, as well as some people like Hololive. And it wasn't until about a year later when I actually went and decided to actually try it. And I just kind of went into it wanting to make the world a better place and just to have fun with a bunch of people. And that's how it all kind of just started.
Oh, really? So
Yup.
that's going to jump right into the follow-up question. Do you have a favorite VTuber that you watch?
You know, it's hard to go and say that there's just one favorite VTuber because there's so many people that I do enjoy watching.
Well, then tell us the many varieties of VTubers that you like. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, several of them, like, you know, my inspirations, like Girl DM and Eye Candy are some of my favorite. I do enjoy also watching people like Totless and Zentrea, as well as a couple of people from my community. Like, I like watching Blasted the Webstep Neko, as well as you when I'm able to actually catch one of your streams and everything.
Oh, thank you, sweetheart.
It's nice to just, you know, catch you guys, and I love actually just interacting with every single person that I can.
That's so sweet of you. Oh my gosh. Well, you're always welcome. You know that.
And I see people are like roasting. Yeah, no, there is no roasting. It's gonna be hard for her to roast me. Good luck.
I don't know about that. I could probably roast you. Ow. But I prefer to slow bake you at a comfortable temperature. So, right now, this is an important question. Actually, no, it's just a menial question, an icebreaker, if you will. What's the favorite game that you're playing right now? Don't me.
My favorite game that I'm playing right now. Are we talking game on stream or off of stream?
Either or. What's your favorite to play right now? You don't have to necessarily stream it.
Honestly, it's a tie between two games. The first one would be Persona 5 after logging in over 600 hours on that game. It is a game I can just keep going back to, just how fun the mechanics are. The other one would actually be Xenoblade Chronicles, just because of the story and how massive the world is. It is an absolute joy to explore those worlds. In terms of...
I have not played either of those, to be fair.
You haven't played But how could you not? How could you not?
I don't know. I know it's blasphemous. I really do. And I've had people tell me that I need to play the Persona games. Starting from like Persona 3 and 4 and 5. They have told me that I need to play them, but I just haven't.
I mean, if you like RPGs where actually having a social life is a major part of the gameplay experience, then yes, you will absolutely enjoy those.
Well, I'm a big fan of dating sims, and that goes along with, like, doing your normal life and triggering flag events. But I also love, like, the Final Fantasy games and JRPGs and MMORPGs. I love all kinds of RPGs, so I probably should get into it.
To answer the last part of the question, in terms of going into games I've been streaming, honestly, after today, I have accidentally gotten addicted to Sea of Thieves, and even after the stream that I had today, I
have been playing it.
have been playing it in my Discord server. So
Oh, that's so cute.
if you guys see me randomly go missing, it's probably because I've been stuck in Sea of Thieves for like a month, and you're probably gonna need to send help.
Oh, wow. Haunted Asylum. Chat says, mine is a VR horror game called Haunted Asylum. I know you get into VR. Have you heard of that?
The game I've been meaning to try out. However, I'm absolutely a wimp when it comes to horror games in VR. Because holy crap, is it terrifying.
I personally want to get a VR headset just so I can do Phasmophobia in front of everyone and die.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Don't do it because Phasmophobia is horribly
Broken?
optimized. Well, it's not broken. It's horribly optimized for VR. So, if you like being motion sick and scared at the same time, then it's the game for you.
I have heard a friend of mine who has VR and has tried it with us. I can only do it for so long before he has to switch back over to the normal Phasmophobia, so that's understandable. But I'm still going to do it. I'm still going to give it a try, honestly. I'm kind of worried about, oh, go ahead, sweetheart.
I was gonna say, if you're gonna do it, I would say, definitely do your research into it. I know VR Chat actually does have some really great worlds for some horror games as well, or at least I think they do from time to time.
I've experienced a couple of horror ones. One of them you go on like a submarine ride where they're like, thank you for the follow. Some kind of a submarine ride that I think is like naturally built into VR Chat, where there's a giant kaiju that is under the water, and then you go up to the ship and it's like comes up out of the water and all that kind of stuff. That was pretty cool.
All right.
I think that's one of the, like, what do you call it? One of the basic rooms that is available to everybody.
Okay.
I haven't played VR Chat in forever.
Definitely worth getting back into, especially now that they've been adding in some of the... I'll do my best where I can.
Well, I appreciate any help you can give me, sweetheart. And thank you for the follow. There's so many people coming in here to watch you. My goodness. So many people interested to dive deep into who is that woman. Yumi.
I mean, what can I say? I like drawing an audience. I like drawing a crowd. Especially the crowd that I'm gonna be looting later. Cause guess what, guys? You all have cookies under your seat. They're cookies that I provided for you, and if you eat them, you will become a degenerate like me. And then you'll be saying such things like bussy and clussy. It'll be fantastic. Trust me.
Oh my god, you have infected my audience with cookies. Cookies of the damned. Oh, sweetheart. So let's dive into another one. So you're an indie VTuber right now, kind of like Girl DM.
Yup.
Do you want to stay an indie VTuber, or do you want to actually sign on to Nejisanji, Hololive, or one of the companies?
Honestly, for me, as nice as it would be to be a part of like the corporate VTuber stuff, I feel like I would lose part of my sense of freedom and ability to be expressive than I am currently, because there's so much that you lose out on when you become a corporate VTuber compared to being indie, that I feel like I wouldn't have as much fun. I wouldn't be able to be myself. And I'd be sad because then I'd also be losing out on being able to be Yumiko, and that would be, you know... I feel like in some ways I probably would become like a generic VTuber 612 or something like that. I don't think I'd be generic, but it would definitely be hard to be as lewd as I am, or to have, you know, a similar personality, because I would probably get recognized pretty quickly, and that would not be great.
Well, I mean, to be fair, the first couple of days that, you know, Gura actually came onto the scene of Hololive, she was recognized instantly by her fans. that shouldn't be a problem, but I kind of feel you with the whole freedom and doing what you want to do and express yourself your way instead of having a manager to worry about and providing what's necessary for the company and what the company wants from you. So I feel you. I do feel you with that. Oh, thank you so much. So, now we're moving on to a little more relaxed questions. Are you ready?
Define relax. Should I be leaning back in my chair? Should I be, sitting up and attentive? Should I be getting into bed and taking a nap? Like, how relaxed are we talking here?
Let's lay back in the chair, relax, and just go with the flow. We'll see where this goes. Are you ready?
You got it. Ready and punctual.
Perfect. So what's the best compliment you've ever gotten?
God, the best compliment I've ever gotten?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's a tough one. Hang on. I have a sticky note. I have sticky notes upon sticky notes of stuff where people have said stuff. I think one of my favorite ones was from Pageria Plays, hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. Where they said, "We're all very proud of you." Another one of my favorite ones, one of the ones that actually made me tear up a little bit was, "You are the biggest badass I know. Never stop doing what you're doing. You've been a big inspiration on the community, even in my own streams. Someone that I look up to and admire. Keep it up and shoot for the stars, and one day you'll make it."
Aww, that's so sweet. Your fans are adorable.
As wholesome as my fans are, it's ironic because I am the exact opposite.
You can be a little lewd. I can understand that. And you know what? That's just part of you. That's what makes you you. You know?
Exactly.
Don't change. You're wonderful the way you are. So, on to the next. And this is a thoughtful question right here. Are you ready? If you won $10 million right now, right this moment, you just suddenly had $10 million, what would you do? Would you get out of YouTubing?
No, if I had $10 million, sure, I would, I would get a proper place to stay and everything, but I would also want to try and use it to help out a couple of my friends, but also people, in my VTubing community that really need the help a lot, because
there are a few out there that I can think of as well.
Because there's no way I'm gonna realistically be able to use $10 million in my lifetime. I freaking calculated it once before, and by the time I did everything I wanted, I would probably still have like $3 or $4 million left over, and that's with like having enough food to last until I'm like 60 or 70. I know several people in my own community that are dealing with homelessness, who are dealing with financial struggles of their own, and I would want to help them out if I could, because everyone deserves help, and I feel bad when someone's unable to get back up off their feet, because I know how hard that can be.
So can I. I really can. It's definitely a climb from the bottom up, especially getting started as a VTuber, and especially if you have financial difficulties and the like. So I feel you with that, absolutely. So I'm going to give you an opportunity, right? Right now, what's a myth you want to start about yourself?
A myth I want to start about myself?
Yeah, something in the community you just want to start, like a myth. Something crazy that you want to start about yourself right now.
That's a tough one, because I don't really make it a point to like have rumors about me. I try to be as open and upfront about myself as possible, so I actually don't know what kind of myth I would even do. No, I don't actually.
It could be anything. Anything at all.
Okay. But secretly, actually, I'm a shark.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. The kitty is actually a shark. A cat shark. A cat.
Oh, I like how Drake is like, is she seeing more than one guy? Well, you see, the beautiful thing about that is that would assume that I'm going to be dating a guy, and I am not. So,
Well, Miss Shark, now that that's coming out, and that's kind of strange because I'm going to skip a question and we'll come back to this question, but why don't you, for everyone here, describe your perfect partner? Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, put you in the hot seat now. Oh, she's too afraid to say. I see how it is. Welcome back.
Why you do this to me?
Hey,
Why?
hey, they said they wanted to get you roasted. Let's roast you.
That's not roasting. That's just
Embarrassing you? Embarrassing you a little? Putting you on the spot?
You know, a little bit. A little.
Yeah,
If I had to say, in terms of like a perfect partner, is it someone that, you know, I can be on equal footing with someone that's willing to see the flaws and the strengths, be there on the good days and the bad days, be able to share similar interests, but also have their own interests as well. You know, just be someone that's well-rounded and isn't just like one-dimensional or just on one track, you know? Actually have depth to them, because I've dated so many people who were super, like, focused on one specific thing. I had someone who was just super focused on card games, and that was like their entire personality. And
games.
yeah, it was not, that's all they could think about. It was just card games, more card games, and more card games, and that's all it was.
Did they happen to ride motorcycles while they played this card game?
No, different kind of card game.
Oh, okay, alright.
But that was like all they were ever interested in, and it was freaking boring, and there was no depth to the personality with that. And yes, accept you for who you are as well, the wholesome perv. That would be the other thing I would say, is having that is another big thing. Because if you can't be accepted for who you are, then that's just gonna turn into a toxic relationship very, 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 very quickly.
Oh, I agree, absolutely.
You have personality and creativity. But Firestrike, do you have that bussy? Is it bussin'?
Oh my god, that bussin' bussy. I feel ya, I feel ya. Okay, now we're gonna double back to something that will get a little more personal. What do you think is your biggest strength and your greatest weakness? What do you excel at, and what do you just fall flat at?
So in terms of my biggest strength is so ironically, this is going to be both a strength and a weakness.
Oh.
My stubbornness.
Yeah, I can feel that.
Because my stubbornness allows me to push through, learn new things, and get things done. But on the flip side, it's also a weakness because I end up burning myself out and pushing myself way too hard, and I end up hurting myself from time to time as a result.
Then you get to that point where it's just like, I just want this thing and I'm going to take it no matter what. And that can drive some people crazy, drive some people wild, so I feel you, I do.
Like a perfect example of this was looking into actually, like, you know, trying to make a custom model, because I don't have like 3 or 4 grand to spend on someone to make a custom model with the blend shapes and everything. So
Right?
I went, learned it myself, and it was a pain in the ass. Doing all the texture work, the weight painting, everything was a pain. But it did end up being really fantastic at the end. It just sucked because of how much work it actually took. And by the end of it, I was like, someone save me from this suffering. Is that the light I see? I should walk towards it, but I can't! I can't!
Oh, my poor honey. Well, I've seen you working hard on your model personally, and also, modifying games and the like, and working on that kind of stuff. And I think that you are absolutely brilliant. I'm quite jealous of how you've self-taught yourself all of this stuff, and that you're able to use it now to do those $1,000 models just for yourself. I think that is brilliant and amazing in so many ways. Awkward embarrassment silence. Awkward embarrassment silence.
I mean, it's nothing to be jealous about, because it is a lot of it's a lot of hard work, and it's not for everyone. And if you need to save up money to get someone to do it, that's perfectly fine, because not everyone can actually can do what I do, because it sucks trying to do it.
Absolutely. I'm one of those people who has to save up money for that, and I do not have thousands of dollars for that kind of stuff. So I do feel you. I don't know if I don't have probably the attention span to study that hard. I mean, if I like something and I enjoy it, I can sit there for hours and teach myself that thing. But if it's hard work, like, programming or model making and that sort of stuff, no thank you. I will pay somebody to do that as soon as I save up money, which will be a while.
Honestly, when it came to the model making, on the model that I'm still working on that has a future release, the hardest part was the rigging and the weight painting, just because of everything that goes into it.
Absolutely.
I spent a solid 4 days on straight up weight painting, because I would miss one particular vertice in one very particular part from like 1 out of 128 bones, and I had to figure out which bone it was linked to fix it. I had several crying breakdowns as a result, because it was not fun.
Oh, well, you do an amazing job despite those little breakdowns. I'm a fan, I'll say that much. So we'll step right on over, and let's do something a little easier. What's your favorite holiday and what's your favorite season? What do you like, Sam?
Yes, my favorite season and my favorite holiday. They are one and the same. They are Halloween.
That's my birthday. That's Halloween.
In fact, Halloween is so much favorite of mine that when Halloween is over, I celebrate Halloween Part 2, which is the rest of the goddamn year.
Oh, nice. I like that. I like that idea. Can I extend my birthday out for like an entire year now? Halloween Mithra
every day.
2. The Mithra
Every day is Mithra's birthday.
Yes. Can we make this possible? Yeah. Can a god of seasons out there do that? I'd greatly appreciate it. Let's do that. So Halloween. What do you love about Halloween?
It's the fact that out of everything, it's like the least religious holiday out there. Like if you think about it like this. You have Christmas, was originally a pagan holiday taken by Christians. You have Easter, Christian holiday. You have Thanksgiving, which is technically not a religious holiday, but it's a toxic holiday nonetheless. You have Father's Day, Mother's Day. Like, you have all of these holidays that are just like, they're kind of bland. But then you have Halloween, where it's like spooky, horror, magic, occult, pagans, candy, fall, pumpkins.
Pumpkins.
It has so much culture and so much fun stuff behind it that I can't get over how much fun Halloween actually is.
I feel you. I really do, as I take a sip and try to answer at the same time. Halloween is... I just love the atmosphere, the crisp autumnal scent waving through the air, the pumpkins, the decorations, the feel in the air that the season is changing to something cooler finally, because fuck the summer. I mean, fuck it. Seriously, I hate the summer. Summer is the worst time for me.
It is summer. Summer was awful back in Florida. It was absolutely god awful.
Oh. I'm so sorry that you lived in Florida during a summer. That is rough.
I mean, I had to do it since I did it back when I moved there in 2006. It wasn't until this year where I got to New York.
Oh, yeah, I would love to live up in New York. I want to move to the north somewhere. I don't know where. Possibly like Wisconsin. But the tornadoes may be a little problem there, so... Maybe, I mean, New York sounds wonderful. I mean, have you seen the snowfall in it yet? When did you move?
I moved back up in February.
So you actually saw the snow and everything?
I did.
So was it good for you, or you just like, I'll just deal with it because I hate Florida that much?
A really toxic situation I was in that I had to get out of, and there was not really a great way out of it. So it was
But you did get out of it.
I did. It was a planned move to happen eventually. It's just that it had to happen a lot sooner than anyone realistically wanted because of it.
I feel you, honey. Well, I'm glad you're out of that situation, and I'm sure things will stabilize over time, no doubt about it. So, that followed up, if you could live anywhere in the world, where would you want to live?
That's a tough one because the original issue with the original place I would go is probably somewhere that I actually, was able to speak English in, just because it's a little bit difficult to learn a secondary language, or like a third language, but I'd probably say somewhere around Europe, because I absolutely love a lot of the countrysides and a lot of the culture over in Europe. I would also go and live somewhere like Japan. However, Japan has a lot of issues with xenophobia.
Major issues with that, yeah.
So even if I were to move over there, the other issue I would have is they also have a lot of sexism that goes on over there.
Yes.
And it would just be a lot more trouble than it's worth, despite the fact that there is a lot of conveniences over there.
Oh, yeah. A lot of cultural changes and a lot of conveniences I wish were around here that they had, like the commercial marts and stuff like that, and vending machines that they have.
By the way,
we don't have around here. What?
I want to bring up something interesting, just as a fun fact, because I was being asked about the stuff with the origin of Christmas. So, fun fact with Christmas, part of the origins of it actually was a pagan and Roman culture festival.
Saturnalia.
Yep. And the thing is that on December 25th, they celebrated the birth of Mithra, their sun goddess. But the thing is that when it came down to the pagan tradition was celebrating the winter solstice, which was the original version of Christmas. The story of Kris Kringle delivering presents was originally because of pagan tradition of having someone deliver presents if you were good, and then having Krampus deliver coal to you. However, the whole thing with Krampus has been kind of forgotten because of the more popular thing with Santa Claus. It was something that did get washed out a lot by the whole Christian religion, and I don't really want to debate on this because I don't want to make this like a religious debate.
Oh yeah,
but
no religious debate, because I guess that's part of the new rules on Twitch. You can't really do that. I don't know why.
Right.
But...
I'm not gonna like argue about it, but it's very interesting to study that kind of like theology and stuff like that. Anyways, now that I've answered the question that was asked
Anyways, if you could change anything about yourself, what would it be?
If I could change anything about myself...
Anything.
Well, ironically, I probably would say nothing, because I like everything about myself, and if there was anything I would change, it would be something that would happen as time goes on, when I actually recognize it, rather than just wanting to change something right now, because I like myself the way I am.
Very confident. Very wonderful. I'm glad you like yourself. That's very important. A lot of people don't. So, I have to ask you something now, and this is going to be the last question in the chill before we go into the in-depth questionnaire. So, first time that you met me, first time that you saw me, I don't know whether it be in social media or streaming or whatever, what was your first thoughts? Be honest. We're all listening.
So, first time I met you, was back on your alt account, I think it was, the more lewd account that you have on Twitter.
Yes.
And I remember very distinctly, I remember very distinctly looking at it and just thinking like, oh, you're really cute, you're fun, I like what I'm seeing here, I'm enjoying your content, and just felt like interacting with it, and I just liked what I saw.
That's so sweet, thank you. That is so kind. She saw my loot account and instantly was like, hey, let's talk to this person. They're cute.
It's funny because people think that even as you get bigger, that you don't pay attention, that most people don't pay attention to their followers, but I try my best whenever someone new follows me to just check out their account, see what they're about, get to know them a little bit, because I see you guys as people, and I want to know a little bit about who's following me, you know?
That's wonderful. I feel the same way, too.
I actually did have someone today, actually, who was surprised about it, because after my main collab had ended, they were shocked that I just invited them to just come on the stream and hang out with them, because they're like, wait, you acknowledge your viewers? You acknowledge that they're people? Say what?
I've had the same reaction over on Twitter. I'll react to somebody who just followed me and just said something. I'm like, oh, you're so sweet, and I'll talk to them. They're like, wait, you talk to people? What? What? And I just blow their minds because I react to them, and I don't know why that is. Is that just a common stereotype in VTubers to this ignore everyone?
So the issue is it's more about streamer culture, where they think that as the bigger you get, the less you need to interact with the people that are watching you. Because a lot of people will just view their community, they'll just view their viewers as a number. And yeah, it's difficult to interact with every single person.
Every person, yeah.
But the thing is, as long as you try and you put the effort forward to at least attempt to try and interact with everyone, that's all you can ask for at the end of the day. And it may be difficult, it may not always work out, but I would rather attempt to interact with people and treat them like individuals than treat them like a freaking number.
I agree. I think that it's important to treat people, I mean, the way that I want to be treated. I want friendship from people. I want to get to know people, So I think, thank you for the subscription, by the way. But I really appreciate, just having people to talk to and see where it goes. I don't want to treat anybody differently. And especially if I get bigger, which evidently I am. I don't realize that I'm getting as big as I am until I look at the numbers and I'm like, when the hell did that happen? But I'm sure you feel the same way, that, it's just ever increasing and you're like, how? At least that is the way it is for me. Okay, good. I'm glad I'm not alone in this. Okay,
honestly, Draco, it is definitely difficult with that one because especially when a post has hundreds of comments on them, even if there's like 50, it takes a while to scroll through all of those. So it's we try our best to get to them, but it's becomes at a certain point unrealistic to be able to respond to all of them, but we do our best.
I agree. And I try my best to share love to anyone who acts positive to any of the posts, or reacts in a stream, chats up a stream, follows me, subscribes. I always thank you guys, because honestly, without you guys, we can't do this.
Ironically,
you guys are the ones who are doing this.
Ironically, Hatter brought up the certain level of popularity, not having the time. At one point, I actually did respond to every single person, and I hit Twitter's limit on how many tweets you can put out in an hour, which is 1,000, by the way. And in doing so, when I hit 1,000, I'm like, oh, you've hit your daily limit of tweets, so go to Twitter jail for like an hour or two, and then you'll be able to start tweeting again.
Yeah, but then you have to watch for like Twitter has these shadow bans out there that limits where your content goes and who sees your content, and it's very difficult, especially if you have hashtags that are yours, or you have you post yourself up like your schedule or something like that. Twitter does not like that. Twitter is very anti-Vtuber, honestly.
Actually, ironically, the reason why hashtags don't really work all that well on Twitter is because they are treated as a link, and all links on Twitter are treated as the same thing, which means they may go to an external source, and Twitter purposely downvotes those.
Yeah, which is ridiculous. But besides that, I think it's time for our in-depth questionnaire. Are you ready for this?
I mean, how deep are we talking? Are we talking 6 inches, 12 inches, 32 inches?
I mean, all the inches.
God damn. I'm not gonna be able to walk for a week. Sorry, guys. If there's no Beat Saber this week, you know what happens.
No Beat Saber for this one. That's right. So, we're gonna start out small, and then we're gonna work our way up. That's how we do this. I'd like to start small, and we'll graduate to the big Mithra. So, what's your favorite food? Out of the whole world, what is your favorite food?
It depends on the type of mood I'm in, honestly. Because if we're talking like, a day where I'm feeling a bit down and I need comfort food, we're talking like, country fried steak with gravy, mashed potatoes.
Oh, yes.
And but if we're talking about like, hell yeah, I am hungry as fuck. I could go for some of this General Tso's chicken with some
General Tso's, really?
with crab rangoon and sweet and sour sauce.
Oh, crab rangoon, sweet and sour. You're singing my language, and I love it. That's good.
But I also
good stuff.
I do like to cook, so like I love my Italian food. If I had to say a guilty pleasure of mine is deep throating the breadsticks from Olive Garden.
Who doesn't like those breadsticks? I love the endless soup salad and breadsticks. Good Lord, bring them on. Yes.
Ironically, if you want a weirdly good combination, take the Italian dressing from Olive Garden and dip a breadstick in it. It tastes so freaking good.
Really?
It does.
That sounds good. Usually I dip the breadsticks in like, they have different kinds of soup there. And one of them is this spinach and sausage that's really, really fantastic. I highly recommend it. I have no idea what it's called, but it's absolutely delicious when it absorbs into the garlicky breadstick. Oh, I could eat that every day.
Panda Express with chicken is also really good too.
I've never been to Panda Express. I never have. I should try it sometime.
I mean, fast food Chinese food, it's about as good as you expect it to be.
So, not the greatest, but it'll fill your belly.
It's a guilty pleasure.
I feel ya. So what's the favorite thing that you own? Out of everything that you own, what's your favorite thing? Mm-hmm. Is it the new massager?
I mean, the new massager is pretty nice, but I honestly don't really get attached too much to physical things, because I've had to part with so many things over the years, and I've never been able to really hold on too much, just between my moves and the way I had to grow up. So I've never really had a favorite thing necessarily.
There's not something that you've always wanted to keep with your moves and always clung on to?
No, not really.
Well, you need to find that thing.
I mean, it's hard, cause for me, it's like, like if I have to, I push things off to the side, cause they're just things that can always be gotten at another point, and with like what I've had to deal with growing up, and with all the moves I've had to do, there's a lot of things that I've liked that I've had to leave behind, but it's more of like, at the end of the day, I care more about the relationships and the friendships that I've built and the memories that I have, more so than any object that I could ever own.
So it's the friendships that you want to cling to. Those are what you desire the most out of everything.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, you can have the most expensive car, you can have the biggest house, you can have the latest console or the best computer out there, but what's the point if you never can share it with those around you that you care about? If you can never share what you love, because life's too short to be attached to physical things. I'd rather make good memories and have good experiences with others than to be attached and have physical objects. They can't replace true happiness with friends and those that you love.
You're such a wholesome little Neko shark. Oh my god, I just want to give you a head pat.
Ironically, if any of my communities here, which I think a few of them are here, they probably have their brains imploding seeing me actually be wholesome right now.
It's what they keep pressing that button in your chat for wholesomeness and say so. And you finally gave it to them. So, if you could collab with any person, anyone, I'm talking actors, actresses, you know, Abraham Lincoln, Gandhi, I'm talking dead, alive, anybody. You could collab with anybody. And I mean VTuber, non-VTuber, doesn't matter. They would come up and chill with you in a collab. Maybe even play a couple games with you. Who would you want to be?
I don't really have a preference on who I collab with, like, in terms of that. Like, sure, you know, it would be cool to collab with someone like, you know, oh, hey, you got a raid. Welcome,
Hey!
Raiders. How
Hi,
are you? Hope you had a good
Raiders.
stream.
Thank you for the raid, honey.
For me, like, you know, I would want to collab with someone like Girl DM, you know, that would be fun.
Girl DM is wonderful.
But I would say that I don't really have any kind of one particular person I want to actually collab with, because I'd prefer to collab with those that are, you know, like my friends or people that I feel like I can get along with, rather than just going for someone that's famous. Because, like, I could say, like, yeah, I want to collab with Abraham Lincoln. That would be the best. But
Four score and 7 deaths to go.
it's like I mean, like, I could just look at my list of people I'm following. I could be like, yeah, I want to collab with Totless. I want to collab with False ID. But even if I say that, I don't really have any real desire to, because I don't know if I'm gonna mesh well with them. I'd rather get to know the person first to really know if I'm gonna collab well with them, if I'm gonna have fun playing games with them and stuff, you know?
Right, right. I feel you. You want to get to know their personality before collabing.
Right, like even with today earlier, you know, I invited you into Sea of Thieves. I invited a couple of people from my chat in. But that's purely because I got to know them and I got to interact with them and have fun with them. And as a result, I knew I would I would mesh well with them. I would have fun with them. And it turned out to be freaking amazing having you guys there with me.
It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I played Sea of Thieves a long time ago, and I kind of was like, I'm kind of done with this. But it was a lot of fun playing with you. I had a lot of fun playing it.
It may become a regular thing, so you might be showing up more often. You never know.
Heck yeah. Let's do it. Let's be pirate bitches. Let's go. Okay. On to this. This is a hard question for me to answer. So let's see. What is your favorite movie of all time?
Okay. We gotta narrow this down here. Are we talking anime? Are we talking anime movie, live action movie?
No, we'll get to your favorite anime later. That's another question that I have for you. So,
well, no,
non-anime movie.
Okay, so non-anime movie.
Right.
I would have to say, if there's one movie I can always go back to, I'd have to say probably like Back to the Future, honestly.
Wow, an oldie but a goodie. I love it.
Yee.
It's a good movie. I think mine would probably be John Wick series. Keanu Reeves is... Alright, I'm not going to go on a bender about how much I love Keanu Reeves. We'll leave it at that. John Wicks are amazing. So, now we're going to go a little deeper. A little stronger. Do you believe in ghosts and Bigfoot, aliens? What's your take on the supernatural? What do you think about that? I know, left turn.
You see, that's a really interesting one, because I could very easily go on for hours and hours about every freaking supernatural experience I've had. Every freaking ghost experience I've had. Straight down to like the one time where I was sitting in my room thought I had actually passed out, but I wasn't, was paralyzed, watch a black figure walk in front of me, and I had to put everything into my being to actually move my head so that the figure would actually go away. Or the other times where I was sleeping in a basement with my parents, and while we were waiting for our house to be built, and I somehow managed to turn myself 180 degrees, crawl out of the bed, crawl towards my parents' bed because there's some scary figure standing over their bed.
Oh. I've had sleep paralysis like that before, but my sleep paralysis demon is a faceless woman that came out of my closet, sat on the edge of my bed, looked at me for the longest time, got up, and then went back in the closet.
Did she just come up to you and be like, "Hello, mother. I crave your cheddar"?
You got it. Wait, how did you know that? Is your sleep paralysis demon with my sleep paralysis demon? What's going on there?
I have good intuition, that's all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, mommy dummy.
Mommy dummy? What? So, you only get one song to listen to for the rest of your life. What is it?
One song to listen to for the rest of my life.
You only have one song you can ever listen to for the rest of your life. What is it?
I don't know. That's ironically harder than the movie question.
The movie and the song ones are really hard for me because I could not pick. There's so many good songs and movies out there.
Like, picking one song to listen to for the rest of my life is... It's realistically, that's very difficult because my taste in music changes so much that it can even be daily where what I consider to be my favorite song can change. So I don't think I can actually accurately answer that as a result.
Right now, what you're feeling right this moment.
Now?
What's your favorite?
Sarario Days.
Oh, okay, fair enough. My goodness. Yeah, I have a broad sweeping collective of genres that I love, so it depends on the genre and how I'm feeling at the time. So I definitely feel that. That would be a hard one for me to answer as well.
Okay, Pervy Wholesome, you're telling me that you're not ready to pierce the heavens with that drill of yours. You're not ready to row fight the power? Well, I'm gonna come over there and I'm gonna row fuck you later.
Oh my god. Poor Pervy. So, let's say I'm trying to pour myself a drink at the same time as listen to you. Poor Pervy is like,
wait, Pervy doesn't know. Pervy doesn't know. Kimi wa kikaru boku no. Really?
We'll have to send it to you. Yeah, we'll have to send it to you after this. Make sure to write a note that you need to send him that after this.
Got it.
So, moving on. If you could have a superpower, what would you want it to be?
Superpower. A superpower.
That's right.
Honestly, if I could do any kind of superpower, I would probably want something similar to like what Deku has.
Oh, the full shroud.
It's all for one because all for one was passed down from
you
generation
mean
to generation.
all the powers that come with all for one. Okay, all right.
Yeah, because it ends up becoming like a stockpile of a bunch of different of superpowers.
Everybody has their own little power that they've contributed to all for one.
That, and it can be very kinky having those black whips.
Oh yeah, you know it. All right, well, moving right on to if you had 3 wishes, make your wishes.
I had 3 wishes.
What would they be?
Well, you see, my first wish would be to actually have a world where money did not exist.
Wow, so go back to bartering system, guys. Okay.
Ironically, the bartering system actually never existed. But that's another story for another time.
Really?
No. Like what I would talk about is like have a world kind of like how in Star Trek they abolished money, so where now they just kind of do stuff for the greater good. And everything like that, and they just support one another. That's kind of how like I would do what I would want for that for my first wish. My second wish is to wish for like anime to be real. Let's be real here. This world could be boring at times, and we need that kind of shit, like being able to live in a world like Cowboy Bebop, Outlaw Star.
Oh yeah.
Where space travel exists, stuff like that. That would be amazing to have a world like that. Or hell, I'll take living in a fantasy world. I'll go live in like Konosuba. I'll go live in that time I reincarnated as a slime. I'll go fucking live in one of those worlds. I have fucking magic. I'm not gonna be bored. I'm gonna be shooting fucking fireballs.
Well, with that, I'm springboarding into the other question I had. If you could live in a fictional world, what world would it be? And why?
Sitting here with my third wish not granted yet.
No, that's true. But I want to delve into this deeper while it's still the topic. If you could live in any of those fictional worlds, and we'll get back to those wishes soon.
Fair. If I could live in any of those fictional worlds, if I honestly had to choose, I would say I would want to live in a world that's a mixture of like something kind of like Cowboy Bebop, and then something like that time I got reincarnated as a slime. And the closest thing I can realistically think of that's like that would be something like Eden Zero.
Oh, okay.
Because Eden Zero has the magic stuff, but then it also has the technology aspect. It has the ability to travel between worlds and in different like universes and stuff like that. And like it all looks really cool, and I think that would be a lot of fun.
It sounds like fun, absolutely, 100%. Okay, back to your wishes, my dear. Sorry, I just wanted to get that one out. The iron was hot. I needed to strike that.
So for my final wish, my final wish, I will give it to someone who actually needs that third wish more than I do.
Aww,
Probably,
so
if it's a genie, I'll give it to the genie. Let the genie be free. I got my 2 wishes. I got what I wanted. Genie can have the final wish.
The genie wishes to be free. Rawr. Thanks, Robin Williams. So, where were we? Wishes. What is your favorite?
Drake It Wolf just subscribed.
Thank you for the subscription, Drake, honey. Welcome back. Oh, so, if you could, or what is your favorite video game character of all time, and why? Why are they your favorite?
Honestly, that's a difficult one again, because, like, it really depends on the situation.
Yeah?
Like, if I had to go off of anything, I guess I would say probably It's a tie between Link and Sora, honestly.
Oh, really? Link is definitely up there for me as well.
Cause like for me with Link and Sora, they both come from like Link, it's the whole, he's just your average everyday person, honestly, and he gets swept up into this whole freaking political shit. He gets swept up into the problems of the land and ends up having to freaking save the land. And what does he get?
Mhm.
He doesn't get any kind of thank for it. He just kind of is like,
Nope.
oh, well, back to life as usual, I guess. I
He's an average guy
saved
put
the
into
world.
extraordinary situations, yeah.
Exactly. And then Sora, all Sora wanted to do was just to see what was the outside world was like. And now look at him. He's had to save the world, had to do all of this shit. And what does he get for it? He gets to die.
Sometimes Link gets Zelda, not every time.
Ironically, Link has never... The only time Link ever actually got Zelda was in Skyward Sword.
No, there's also in the second Zelda, The Adventures of Link. He actually at the end of the game, when he beats his shadow self, which was the ghost of Ganon or whatever the hell you want to call it, he actually does go back and get Zelda.
I mean, he gets a kiss by Zelda, but typically speaking, it's tradition for like the princess to do that whole kiss thing. So there was never actually confirmed
Maybe,
if
but
he ever.
that was straight up on the lips. That wasn't like, choo, like on the cheek or something. That was straight.
But-
If you kiss somebody like that, that's having them.
But because it's 2D side scroller, so it'd be very hard to actually simulate if he actually got kissed on the lips or if he actually got kissed on like the cheek. You know,
Maybe he did just save her butt for the second time though. Thematically saying. I don't know.
It's very difficult to say one way or another.
It is. So, I don't know. Maybe so, but Link is definitely up there for me too. He's one of the best boys. I will say that much.
Mhm.
So, diving right on in. Have we done, what is your favorite anime?
We have not, and that's gonna be an interesting one because I divide this into two categories: the anime movies and then the anime show.
Uh-huh.
Because like if we're
Well,
going by
we can
anime,
split it up into two.
if we go by anime shows, I would personally go by Outlaw Star is probably one of my all-time favorites.
Gene Starwind and Hawkins, yes.
I know.
Such a good
You're one of the first people I've actually met that is actually, actually known of Outlaw Star. Most of the time I get, what's Outlaw Star? What's Outlaw
Oh,
Star?
Outlaw Star is one of the best ones out there. It's up there with Cowboy Bebop, I think.
Now, if we go with movies, I would have to say it's a mix-up between Howl's Moving Castle and Spirited Away.
Of course, Ghibli films, absolutely.
You cannot tell me that Ghibli movies are not like amazing.
No, they're some of the best. They, story-wise and thematic and the beauty that he puts in his worlds, they are just absolutely blow me away. I think Howl's Moving Castle is one of my favorites as well. Princess Mononoke, Spirited Away, those are probably my top three.
Hell yeah.
So we definitely agree about anime. That's good. So now we're going to go a little bit deeper, and I need you to be nice and close so I can whisper this to you. Okay? Okay. So, do you have a crush on somebody in chat? Or one of your followers? Do you have a crush on someone? Huh?
I would like to plead the Fifth of Jack in Daniels.
Oh my goodness! She pleads the fifth! Oh! My goodness! So maybe you do, maybe you don't. Who knows? Well, honestly,
that's a
it's
bit
more of a
too-
joke question.
I was gonna say, because that does go into very, 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 very
no,
personal.
I don't expect
Your
anyone
chat
to
is
answer that truthfully.
your chat
Exploding.
is not happy with you asking that question. Holy crap!
Oh, it's fine. But anyway, I don't expect anybody to answer that truthfully. Maybe I'll just remove it so my chat doesn't jump down me after this is done and be like, why did you do that to her? I can't believe that. She doesn't want anything to do with you now. You've embarrassed her. No.
I feel like that question was specifically made because of a conversation we had.
Honestly, no. I've written this out beforehand before I even invited you out, so it's actually not.
I see.
Yeah, it's not actually pointed at you or anybody. But maybe I should change it to something else, a little less parasocial. You know, so chat doesn't, blow their tops.
Yeah. Probably.
Okay. And finally, if you could be remembered for one thing, what would it be?
Honestly, if I could be remembered for one thing, I would probably want it to be remembered for trying to at least make the world a little bit of a better place. Even if it's not a lot, just being remembered for the effort that I have put forth, even if it's just making one person's life better. As long as I know, as long as I'm remembered for something like that, as long as I have just done it, even for just one person, and that's the only person I've been remembered for, that's all I would be okay with. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be glorious. It doesn't have to be like monumental. As long as it's for one person, that's all that matters to me.
That is so sweet and wonderful, and that is why I love you, honey. You're so amazing and talented and smart and lewd, which I adore. But you're just absolutely just the best, and I hope that good things come for you. But why don't you go ahead and plug for everybody out there listening where they can find you and what you have planned for the next upcoming week or so, and just take the time to say what you want.
This week, it's gonna be Cult of the Lamb and then Beat Saber at the end of it. Going forward in the future, I don't know. I plan things like right at on Saturday, so I'm getting stuff set up. At that. In terms of streaming, I typically stream at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, on Tuesday and then Thursday through Sunday. However, I was experimenting with some stuff, so in terms of going forward, I am looking at maybe doing things a little bit earlier on Tuesday, like I did today, where I started at 8 a.m. to do the Sea of Thieves stuffs, and that was actually a lot of freaking fun. So I might do that more often, because it was nice, it was refreshing, it gave me time to actually do a little bit of a longer stream. Like, I went for almost 8 hours today, and I was feeling fantastic at the end of it. In terms of a Discord, I can generate a link real quick if that is okay with you, Mithra?
Absolutely, please. This is your chance to do it.
Oop, and... Whoop, there you go. There's the... It was an extremely long day, but it was so freaking fun. Oh, I don't know. Wait, who are your mods?
Yeah, DM it to me and I'll send it to one of my mods. And they'll
Or I
post
can just,
it up.
I'll just whisper it to Hatter, because I see it there.
Okay, that works. Yeah, Hatter is one of my mods, as is Kami. They work very hard, and I appreciate them very much. Thank you. There we go. So that's where you can find her Discord at.
And then I guess I'll also send it to Hatter for my Twitter. Because shameless self-plug is shameless.
Absolutely. This is where you need to do it. Plug whatever you want.
I will say, in terms of some other interesting facts, a lot of people, whenever I've talked with them, one of the biggest things that they actually are really surprised about is how long I've actually streamed for.
Oh.
Yeah, because like if you were to take a guess, how long do you think I've been a streamer for?
I'd say at least a year and a half, maybe 2.
It has been 1 year and 1 month.
Well, congratulations on your year-long trek. My goodness.
A lot of people, like Drake just put there, would have thought that I've been doing this for a couple of years, but I actually I'm only just slightly over a year old with all this stuff. I just have a lot of confidence in what I do.
You do have a lot of confidence, and you go forward like a professional. I love it.
And honestly, here's a secret. What did I do for my Twitch anniversary? Honestly, I really didn't make it that big of an event. Like, I kind of was like, you know, I'm just gonna stream and I'm gonna have fun. I didn't want to make a big deal about it because I just wanted to have fun. Like, for me, that's why I'm also not gonna push, like, do like a partner push like so many people out there do, because no matter what, at the end of the day, after that day, it's just gonna be back to business like usual. It's gonna be still me having fun at the end of the day. So why the hell am I gonna, you know, do a whole partner push? That's boring. I'm just gonna have fun. If whenever I hit partner, I hit partner.
Amen.
Will it be tomorrow? Maybe. Will it be 3 years from now? Maybe.
It can happen at any time. I know
Yeah.
that the one thing that I'm waiting for partner for is that 75 average viewers. That's pretty rough.
I honestly, today was absolutely shocking to me because
There were a lot of people in yours, yeah.
oh, that was when I was just like staring at it. I literally looked over at one point and I was just like, hello to all 45 of you people. Where the fuck did you come from? Are you
got
okay?
even higher than that. For a while, you had, I want to say 54 people in there.
It peaked at 66, actually.
Oh, did it? That's so
It did.
cool.
I was just like, hello, are you lost? You
Yeah.
must be, because this is not the right place for you. You will be looted. You will be degeneratized. You will lose your goddamn mind.
Oh, that's so cute.
I know, I needed like 3 more, and I could have had the perfect peak. I know. Ironically, I'm absolutely terrified because I finally hit 6,000 on Twitter, and I made a promise.
Congratulations!
I made a promise a year ago, and I'm terrified of what's gonna happen when this promise has to happen.
Uh-oh.
I made a promise a year ago that if I hit 6,969 followers on Twitter, I would do a 24-hour stream.
Oh, it's coming up on that. You hear that? Get over there on that Twitter and make it happen. Get her to that 6969.
You know, it's only just a casual like 800 and something away. You know, it's no pressure. It's no pressure.
No pressure at all. No.
I'm gonna cry when that happens because I'm gonna be like, well, time to have no sleep, be on 12 energy drinks, be high as fuck, and hope to God I know what the hell I'm doing because I have no idea what's gonna happen and I'm gonna cry.
Oh my gosh, that's wonderful. Oh my god, I can't wait to see it.
You see, I may go into hiding after that for like a day or two. I
may have to recover. Yeah.
Me recover? I'm an AI. I don't need to recover. What are you talking about? You should sleep on the stream rather than actually be awake for 24 hours? You see, I thought about that. I thought about being, like, you know, for the whole sleeping. But, you know, for me, it would be more... It's more fun to push and see how challenging how far I can actually go. Because today, for example, with Sea of Thieves, even though I stopped at 7.5 hours, honestly, I could have kept going if I really wanted to.
Well,
But
you're still going now. I guarantee it.
I mean, technically speaking, yeah, because even afterwards, like, sure, I took a shower, but, you know, after that, I immediately went back onto Sea of Thieves. I went back into, hanging out with my Discord. Did that from, like, 2 to 7:30. So I basically was like, going for 12 hours at Sea of Thieves. And the thing is that, I do prioritize my health over anything else. That's why I don't stream like 6 days a week, 6 hours every freaking day, But I would say that, as long as you don't make a habit of it, it should be fine if you do it every once in a while. Like,
yes, I agree.
But don't like go be insane. Be like, yeah, no, every freaking week we're gonna do a 24-hour stream. Hell yeah!
Oof.
No
I know
sleep.
that. Do you know Ina?
I do know
Nana?
Ina.
Yeah, okay, yeah. She did a subscription subathon, and it lasted like an entire week. I don't know how she was able to do that. She must have slept during stream.
I mean, I know that like they have like the just sleeping category on Twitch, and I find that interesting, but I'm also just sitting here like, yes, in case you haven't gotten close enough with the streamer, you can now sit there and for 6 to 8 hours listen to them snore, listen to the wonderful ASMR of
What a wonderful sound to have going in your head at the time. Yay!
You cannot tell me that you would want to just listen to someone go.
Oh no, absolutely not me. But I guess there's people out there who that's their thing. I can't keep shame them.
Okay, Hatter. To be fair, as much as I would love to have mods to fill in time for me and stuff like that, my mods, well, one of them is pretty consistent on being there. They're not gonna be there starting in September as much because they have like to start a job with their college and everything. So I've not exactly had the best luck in having consistent mods. Thankfully, I've not had to deal with a lot of drama where I've actually been required to have mods. I've just had really bad luck with it. Like, you're right. Maybe it's time to expand the mod team, but if I were to, I'm just going to be honest with you. If I come over, I'm just going to look at my role managers. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people currently set as mods, and out of those 8 people right now, only one of them consistently actually shows up and actually does mod work. The others are very inconsistent, and while I understand that everyone has lives and I don't expect them to always show up, I have not been.
Kami are my mods who show up, but I have a third who will randomly pop in randomly. And I mean super randomly.
It's hard to. I will never expect anyone to consistently be a mod because, I don't have the money or the funds to just, pay someone to mod. Which is why I'm extremely thankful for those of the people that do show up that can mod when they can. Because it is extremely, I appreciate the support.
Yeah.
Right.
Obviously.
But that's my thing. Is like, I would love to be able to have someone that can be there consistently like that, but I'm never gonna actually expect someone to do it because it is a lot to ask, especially when you're doing like 3 to 6 hour streams. It's a lot of personal time to expect.
Yeah.
So if like if they show up, they do. If they don't, they don't. It's no issue to me, honestly. I don't attract enough drama in my area, in my side of things, to have any real issues. And
I think I've only had one person that has really caused drama, and they were immediately removed. So, there's little bits and pieces every once in a while, but that's about it. I've been very lucky and very thankful for my mods for really kicking ass and taking names, and I appreciate you guys.
I mean, the last issue we actually had was today, and that was because with my collab partner, there was someone that came into the stream, and they were like, "Oh, why does your partner sound like a boy?" And I'm just sitting here like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
That's weird.
I would prefer not to call mods slaves. That does not that does not make me feel happy. You guys are
it doesn't
human
make me
beings.
feel happy either. You guys are wonderful and sweet, and I try to say it very often that I really appreciate everything you do for me, and I know that you do too, Yumi. But I don't know. I wish I could pay mine.
Better, Hatter. No, no.
Willing Slaves cult members.
You are a human being who is desired to be here. So act like it before I come over there, and I will. And when I do, you will have a very peggable ass, and I'm going to enjoy pegging it because you've decided to call yourself a slave. So,
right, bro!
Shut
Wonderful
up.
timing!
Shut up, enjoy the love and affection, or else you're going to get a pleasurable experience either way.
Wholesome say so now! Oh god, TOS! It's quite alright. But thank you for showing up. Is there anything else that you wanted to,
I would like to point out something to your mods. Hey, Kami and Hatter, I love you guys. You're bringing up the TOS stuff, and I think you're doing it as a joke. You should see how much stuff I get away with on stream.
It is pretty crazy. I will say it is pretty crazy. I don't believe the stuff she gets away with. But beside that, I love my mods. Thank you for coming on, and I hope you had an enjoyable experience tonight.
It's been a pleasure.
Oh, it's a pleasure to have you on. Maybe I'll get you on and we'll dive even deeper into your persona, so to speak. But thank you so much for being my experimental partner today. And I think that that's where we're going to end it for tonight, unless there's something else you wanted to say.
In the wise words of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, you da ho.
When was that said? I need to watch this JoJo's more then. I obviously have not seen this episode. What is happening?
I mean, I know it's kill da ho, but I thought it'd be more wholesome to say you da ho.
You da ho. I love it.
It was, if I remember correctly, it was during JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 4.
Uh-huh. Thank you, Yumi, for a wonderful time, and you heard it here. You da
You're
ho.
welcome.
Oh, love you guys. Thank you guys for the subscription. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you soon. This will be posted on YouTube, and it's on Twitch for a bit, because Twitch doesn't like to save stuff past a certain time, like 7 days or something. But thank you so much for joining me, and have a wonderful evening. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you soon. Love you guys. Bye! Say bye to the people.
Goodbye, you lovely, lovable degenerates. It's been a pleasure hanging with you all. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.